Ayan mga kapatid, sa oras na ito ay mayroon tayong naiibang video na ating panunuorin. At talagang ito po ay magugulat kayo kung napanood nyo ito mga kapatid. Dahil ito po ay patungkol dito sa kasaysayan ng martial law mga kapatid, na pilit na talagang sinisiraan ng mga dilawan si Ferdinand o dating Pangulo Ferdinand Marcos mga kapatid, dahil hindi po nila matanggap, hindi po nila maunawaan kung ano nga ba ang katotohanan, kung ano nga ba ang totoong nangyari mga kapatid. Kahit hindi po natin naabutan, kahit hindi po natin nasaksihan, kung mapanood po natin ang mga video ng mga naglalabasan ngayon patungkol doon sa naganap na martial law mga kapatid, na patuloy na sinisisi at sinisira ang imahe ni Ferdinand Marcos o ang dating Pangulo Marcos mga kapatid. At talagang ito mga kapatid, unawain po natin upang malaman po natin kung ano nga ba ang tunay na nangyari at kung ano nga ba ang katotohanan mga kapatid. At nakikiusap ako mga kapatid na i-share po natin ang bidyong ito upang makita lahat ng mga hindi pa nakakapanood sa bidyong ito mga kapatid, upang magising po sila sa katotohanan mga kapatid. Pero bago natin panoorin ang bidyong ito mga kapatid, muli nagpapasalamat ako sa inyo sa patuloy na panonood, patuloy na suporta sa aking channel. At kung ikaw ay bago ka pa lang sa aking channel, ay pwede ka nang mag-subscribe upang sa susunod na video na aking i-upload ay ma-notify po kayo mga kapatid. Ayan, tulad ng sinabi ko mga kapatid, na talagang ito ay naiiba na video na ating panunuorin ngayon. Kung hindi nyo pa napanood ito, talagang tiyak na magugulat kayo at malalaman ninyo ang katotohanan kung ano ang kaganapan o ano ang totoong nangyari sa martial law mga kapatid. At panoorin po natin ito at i-share po natin ang video ito para sa lahat ng hindi pa nakakapanood, at mapanood po nila at malaman po nila ang tunay na nangyari at ang tunay na kasaysayan ng martial law mga kapatid. Ayan, panoorin po natin ang video ito.
And so as I now sign this proclamation in full view of our nation and the world at large, I am profoundly conscious of the tasks that remain, hoping that we shall not lose the momentum of our achievements, so that those who shall come after us may carry the quest of a greater, a brighter world, a new society. I pray now, and I ask you to pray with me, as I prayed 8 years ago, that I am doing, that we are doing the right thing by our people. For the end of martial law does not mean the end of our efforts, of our needed reforms, of our struggles, of our sacrifices. The passing of the martial necessity does not carry with it the passing of all the burdens, especially the heavy ones. There will be more tests for our capacity, for our resiliency, our strength as a people. Together we must pass these tests, surmount all crises. And so, as I have said, I sign in your presence, proclaiming the termination of the state of martial law throughout the Philippines. I say, we have just begun. I will now read the dispositive portion of this decree. Now therefore I, Ferdinand E. Marcos, President, Prime Minister of the Philippines, by virtue of the powers vested in me by the Constitution, do hereby revoke Proclamation 1081, proclaiming a state of martial law in the Philippines, and Proclamation number 1104, dated January 17, 1973, declaring the continuation of martial law, and proclaim the termination of the state of martial law throughout the Philippines, provided that the call to the armed forces of the Philippines to prevent or suppress lawless violence, insurrection, rebellion, and subversion shall continue to be in force and effect, and provided that in the two autonomous regions in Mindanao, upon the request of the residents thereof, the suspension of the privilege of the writ of habeas corpus shall continue, and in all other places the suspension of the privilege of the writ shall also continue with respect to persons at present detained, as well as others who may hereafter be similarly detained for the crimes of insurrection or rebellion, subversion, conspiracy, or proposal to commit such crimes, and for all other crimes and offenses committed by them in furtherance or in the occasion thereof, or incident thereof, or in connection therewith. General Order Number 8 is also hereby revoked, and the military tribunals created pursuant thereto are hereby dissolved. Pursuant to Article 17, Section 2, Paragraph 2 of the Constitution, all proclamations, orders, decrees, instructions, acts promulgated, issued and done by the incumbent President, constitute part of the law of the land and shall remain valid, legal, binding, and effective even after the lifting of martial law, unless modified, revoked, superseded, or altered by subsequent proclamations, orders, decrees, instructions, or other acts of the incumbent President, or unless expressly and explicitly modified or repealed by the National Assembly or the Batasan Pambansa. In witness hereof, I have set my hand and caused the seal of the Republic to be affixed on the 17th day of January 1981. Thank you.
Ayan, maraming salamat mga kapatid sa patuloy na panunod sa bidyong ito, at sana ay mayroon na naman tayong panibagong aral na nakuha sa bidyong ito mga kapatid. At inuulit ko, kung ikaw ay bago ka pa lang sa channel na ito, ay pwede ka na mag-subscribe, at huwag nating kalimutan mag-reaction o magbigay ng opinion sa bidyong ito mga kapatid. At yun nga din po mga kapatid, i-share po natin ang bidyong ito upang mapanood lahat ng mga hindi pa nakapanood ang tunay na nangyari sa kasaysayan ng martial law mga kapatid. Ayan, maraming salamat muli mga kapatid.